So if you guys watched episode 4 of Chainsaw Man, we know that Denji is narrowly saved by Aki using the power of the Fox Devil that we find out he has a contract with. Well, this isn't the first time that contracts have been brought up. It was actually referenced to in the first episode of the anime. But what I wanted to do for today's video is give you guys a more in-depth explanation as to exactly what a devil contract is. Because there are some minor details that I guess haven't necessarily been totally explored yet, and I think by the end of the video things will make a lot more sense to you. Also, don't worry, this video will be spoiler free, so you don't have to worry about being spoiled as you watch this video. But really quick before we get into things, if you guys enjoy Chainsaw Man content, then you have found the perfect place, because I post about Chainsaw Man every single week, so you definitely want to be subscribed with notifications on so you can get some steady doses of Chainsaw Man content on your YouTube feed each and every week. But alright, let's go on to explain exactly what devil contracts are. So really there's two parts that we kind of have to explain to give you guys a better understanding of what a devil contract is. First being the devil themselves, and also the terms of a contract that someone has with the devil. So what I mean by this is that, of course, a human and a devil are the prerequisite to making a contract. A fiend cannot make a contract with the devil. It has to be between a devil and a human. So for example, Power is not able to make contracts with other devils, but Aki is. And the reason why people make contracts with devils in the Chainsaw Man world is to be able to tap into a portion of their power. So obviously the power that the human receives is completely dependent upon the devil that they are making that contract with. And on top of that, the amount of power that the human receives is also based on what they give up in return for that power. So just to give you guys a little bit of an example here, we see that Aki has a contract with the Fox Devil. Well, in order to use the Fox Devil's powers, Aki had to make a contract with the Fox Devil. And in return for using some of the Fox Devil's power, Aki gave up some of his own skin in that particular scenario. And this is a great way to highlight exactly the whole equivalent exchange aspect of devil contracts, because if let's say Aki were to give up an entire arm, then that means that he'd be able to tap into more of the Fox Devil's power, or possibly just use it for a longer period of time. And we also have to remember that the Fox Devil is, in the grand scheme of things, a much weaker devil than a lot of the ones that could potentially be out there. I mean, we can assume that not a ton of people in humanity are afraid of foxes, therefore his strength is not that incredible. Because we also have to remember that a devil's power is scaled based on the fear that humanity has towards the entity that it represents. So for example, like the Earthquake Devil would be able to give much more power to the human that is trying to make a contract with. So even though we just covered that the amount of power that the devil can grant to a human is completely dependent upon what that human gives up when they make that contract, it also has to be noted that much more powerful devils like the Earthquake Devil that I just mentioned would require a lot more from that human, no matter how much power they are granting them, because even a little bit of power from a much more powerful devil equals out to, let's say, the entirety of the Fox Devil's power. So that means that a human must give up much more, even if they are going to receive a sliver of that devil's power. So let's go back to the Earthquake Devil, for example. If let's say Aki were to confront the Earthquake Devil and ask for, a portion of his power to cause an earthquake in one city block for a couple seconds, even though we can assume that that is a very small portion of that devil's power, since that devil is much more powerful than most devils, it'll probably require a much greater cost. So Aki might have to give up an entire limb, or he might have to give up an eye, or something that's very important to him, or even go as far as to require some of his own lifespan in order to receive this power. This is a great way to balance the power system of the Chainsaw Man world, because we now know that humans can't just go willy-nilly and make all these contracts with devils as much as they want. There is a cost to each one of these deals that they make. A deal with the Coffee Devil might require almost nothing to receive his full power, as opposed to, let's say, a Meteor Devil will require a very heavy cost for even a small portion of that devil's power. So if a human even wanted to utilize guys, one of the more powerful devils of the Chainsaw Man world, they more than likely would have to give up their own life, therefore kind of mitigating the want for most humans to want to, use some of these incredibly powerful devils' abilities. And like I said, kind of has a good balancing effect on the Chainsaw Man world, because the majority of the powers that you're going to be seeing that humans have is probably with either weaker devils or situations where they use a stronger devil's power on a very small scale. Another very important stipulation here is that a person making a contract with the devil doesn't necessarily have to give up anything from their own person. They can also give up, let's say, loved ones, or give up something in relations to a loved one or someone that they know. Now, can this extend to, let's say, people that the person does not know? That's something you're going to have to find out as you watch the series. But I do think it's important to note that aside from, giving up your own limbs or senses or your own lifespan in order to receive this power, you're also able to do the same with people that are close to you or any type of loved one. And to quickly recap, a human can give up anything from some of their skin to their entire life or a part of their lifespan in order to make these contracts. And it's also worth noting that the power that they receive is a little bit unpredictable, because we see that with the zombie devil in episode 1, after the Yakuza received the power from the zombie devil, they basically just became slaves to him. So this is of course a stipulation that they would not have gone through with had they known that to begin with. So things are not always so black and white in terms of, this is what I'll give you and this is what you'll give me back. In a lot of situations, it might have a monkey paw effect where you get granted something, but something you definitely were not expecting comes back to bite you in the butt. But hey, you're literally making a deal with the devil. So these are little things that are to be expected in these situations, right? But what do you guys think about devil contracts? Do you think that it's a, interesting power system in the Chainsaw Man world? Do you like it? Do you not like it? Let me know in the comments below what you think. I'm very curious to know what your thoughts are about devil contracts. Also, I hope that you guys learned something from this video, and I hope that you have a much better understanding of what devil contracts are in Chainsaw Man. So if you guys enjoyed this video, please make sure to like and please subscribe, because like I said, I will be posting Chainsaw Man content like this on a regular basis. So you definitely want to have those notifications on so you can know as soon as a video drops. That's it for this one today, guys. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see you guys in the next video.